I'm actually starting to enjoy the late nights, believe me or not. I used to be an early morning person, but now that I got this American sales job and I live in Sweden, I need to work American hours, so I'm working till approximately 1 a.m. And I'm actually starting to enjoy the late nights. I don't know why. My mind starts going crazy with ideas. I just get in a certain mode. I don't know. Regardless, today I want to talk about loneliness and how somehow my life always seems to get better after a period of loneliness. During this series, I just graduated high school and broke up with my girlfriend within the span of like a week. And then a week after that, I started this series. And the only people I've met are my family. So that's my two parents, my little sister, and my older sister. But she lives in Cyprus, so I only met her for a week or so during this period, this 78 days. And also, I've spoken to a friend of mine from high school who's in the army. So I've spoken to him on the phone like 3 times. And I also was in Guadeloupe with a good friend of mine. We lived in bungalows next to each other, but we mainly worked, so we didn't really socialize that much. But we did socialize, speak to each other during the meals, during like lunch, and during the evening. So that was actually great. But apart from that, like I literally haven't spoken to anyone else. Oh yeah, and the Greek wedding I was to, but that was only for like a week. And most of the time I was in the apartment working, doing sales. So yeah, apart from those things, those are literally the only things I've done in terms of socializing, and I could count that on one hand. And my life has gotten better. And the same thing actually happened to me when I was younger, before high school, the year or the summer before high school. During all of what I guess would be middle school in American terms, but school before high school, I was always in like the nerd friend group. Like we used to play League of Legends during our free time. The friend group never got any girls, I'll be honest with you. We were kind of the weird kids. And I always wanted to get out of that. Or at least, after I started getting into puberty, I wanted to get out of that. And I saw my opportunity when high school rolled around. So during the summer, before high school, like I didn't cut them off like that. I just stopped reaching out to them, and I never heard from them again. That's it. I literally stopped reaching out to them on Snapchat asking if we wanted to go play football or something, and I just literally never heard from them again. Which, oh well, that played out well in my life. But let me lower this key light here. It's so bright. There we go. And then going into high school, I had spent that whole summer, in the gym, meditating, doing my self-improvement, and playing League of Legends 8 hours a day still. So maybe I didn't lose that just yet. That was later. I stopped playing video games. But regardless, I burned the boats, or didn't burn the boats, but I left that old friend group behind. And I was really lonely that summer, I'll be honest with you. I was just laying on the porch, watching YouTube videos, playing League of Legends. That was all I did. And it was lonely. It just was lonely. It wasn't that happy. But going into high school, I was hungry to socialize. So basically I got into, I would say, completely unbiased, the best friend group of the school. yeah, essentially my main goal was to get into the right friend groups to start partying and whatever. Did that for a while, until I realized, hey, this is not what I want to do. And towards the end of high school, I started doing entrepreneurship, online money, whatever. And then I graduated, and that's the start of this series. And I realized, hey, I need to go through this period again, because all of my old friends, again, I didn't think about this, but I deleted Snapchat, and I haven't reached out to my high school friends ever since we graduated, except for this one guy. He's in the army right now. But I haven't reached out to them, and they haven't reached out to me. Which is kind of sad in a sense, but hey, I want to move forward in life, and we're going in different directions. Regardless, I've been very lonely this time, I'll admit it. And it's been a bit unfulfilling. I don't want to lie to you. Like, of course, I feel the need to socialize. Like any other human. Like, I'm a human, I'm a animal somewhere in here. So I've felt that definitely weighing me down. However, there has also been some benefits with being lonely. And I think it's these benefits that are gonna bring me into the next season of my life. Because you don't want to be lonely forever, right? It can be good to be lonely for a period to level up and get into a new level of social circles, but like, no one wants to be lonely the rest of their lives. And I plan to get into social circles slowly after this series, get into that more and more, move somewhere probably, but whatever. During this time of loneliness, it's been a bit different than the first time I had a period of being by myself. And that's in the idea of, I've started to have a lot of ideas, right? It's late at night, I'm starting to have a bunch of ideas pop in my head. And I've realized that, like, all these big, ambitious ideas that I just keep having of what I want to achieve, what I want to do, there's no resistance to them. There's no limiting beliefs. Because all those limiting beliefs I used to have by being kind of part of the masses. I don't know how to say it, but I don't want to sound elitist or anything like that. But essentially, I haven't had anyone around me reinforce any limiting beliefs inside of me. Well, of course, there are probably beliefs I'm not aware of that are limiting me, definitely. But, like, not that I'm noticing now, and I'm kind of opening a new level of freedom in my mind, if that makes sense. And I think that's just coming from being lonely. And the only influence I'm getting is like from online, from all these successful people. And they're not going to be instilling limiting beliefs inside of me. And they haven't been. And that's why kind of those limiting beliefs have subsided. And these ideas roam freely in my mind of what I want to achieve. And I've just leveled up so much in general too. Like right now doing sales. At the start of this series, I didn't know shit about sales. And now I'm sitting here doing B2B AI sales. So basically selling AI to business owners, which is pretty, I guess in a sense, advanced. Advanced. It's simple really, but it's pretty high level stuff, to be fair. So there's so many benefits in being lonely. And I know this is the period I had to go through to level up in life and getting to living the life I really, truly want for myself. And I feel like so many people are scared of being lonely. And I was scared of being lonely too. So if you're watching this and you kind of don't like the friends you're around, the people you're around, maybe if you got a big event coming up like your graduation, or you're moving somewhere and you have the opportunity to leave your old friends behind, like, I'm not saying that you should break off all your relationships. Maybe you have some good relationships, but if you're watching this far into the video and you're relating to what I'm saying, that you might not feel like you're connecting with your friends that much really, and that, they're not really bringing you forward in life. I mean, I know it's scary to be lonely, but maybe that's the best choice for you. And I know it's unfulfilling to be lonely. Like, of course, you have an urge to socialize, but you also have a urge to jerk off. You also have an urge to go to McDonald's and eat a cheeseburger. Like, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. Like, being lonely in periods isn't that dangerous. Especially with the internet, where you can speak to people on the internet, and you can learn from people on the internet. You don't have to go out in the world. You should go out in the world, definitely. I'm not against that at all. I think you should. And I have gone out in the world during this period, right? But what I mean is, you don't need to be part of your social groups that are dragging you down, where you're soaking in limiting beliefs, just for the sake of fulfilling that urge of socializing, and that you're scared of pulling back from that because you're scared of being a little bit lonely. And there's this quote that I think I've come up with. I haven't heard it anywhere else, so I'm taking it. It's mine now. And it's that fear is compulsory. Everyone has fear, like, no matter who you are. Like, Napoleon was probably scared, or for fact, like, I haven't read his biography, but I'm sure he was scared. And anyone else that has done anything successful in life was scared doing it. However, fear is compulsory, but courage is optional. Like, you can choose to be courageous even though you're scared. As a matter of fact, you need to be scared to be courageous. Otherwise, it's not even courageous, because it's not even a scary thing to do. If that makes sense. So, don't let that fear of being alone stop you from reaching new heights in life. And don't let this fear stop you from doing what you truly want in life. And more than anything, don't let this fear doom you to eternal failure. That's it. Just push through it. You got this. You're gonna be fine. And as a matter of fact, you're not just gonna be fine. You're gonna be pretty good, and you're gonna thrive. Like, you will have a good life if you are courageous. Trust me. I'm 19 years old, right? I'm not the wisest man in the world, but I know if you're courageous, your life is gonna be better than if you're a coward. And I don't think that's a weird thing to say, and I think that's true too. So, that being said, you got this. I love you. I believe in you. You're gonna be fine. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.